So you've been thinking about relocating to Idaho, but the interest rates are astronomical and you're not sure if you can afford a decent house in a good location any longer. In this video, we're going to share with you an amazing location, discuss the pros and cons of living here, and exactly what you can get starting at only $400,000. Let's get after it right now.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. My name is Nate. What we do here is show you what it takes to relocate to Idaho, whether that's playing, working, finding your dream house. This is what we're all about.
Yep, and I'm Rachel. So if you need more information about anything that has to do with relocating to Idaho, go ahead and tap the subscribe button and click this little bell. That way you never miss a video on relocating to Idaho. Also, we are the #1 team here in Idaho for relocating. So if you have any questions or need any help at all, do not hesitate. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or write us an email. With no further ado, where you can live and what you can buy starting at $400,000 here in Idaho.
So where are we? We are in North Nampa, west of Meridian, literally right on the cusp of Meridian. Prices drop substantially once you move west, so like we wanted to target this community specifically to find price points right at $400,000 for new construction.
And what is super cool about this right here, right where we are, is you're really central to everything in the valley. So from where we are, you have multiple options as far as medical services are concerned. You've got amazing private schools and a highly desirable public school right here, and there's also a really robust homeschool community, so that's awesome. In addition to that, you have access to multiple different Costco's, multiple different Albertsons, which is our creme de la creme of grocery stores here, and kind of just everything. But you're still tucked away out in the country. There's not a lot that's been developed right here, so it's pretty cool because driving into the community, you feel like you're kind of in farm country and you can see the foothills really well, but the reality is you're close to everything and at prices that you really can't beat here in the Treasure Valley. I'm going to let Nate do most of the talking because this is technically a Nampa location and he lives here in Nampa, but what I love about this area is I know that you guys specifically who are political refugees looking to escape where you are will love this area. It's very conservative. Everybody builds their community on the same fundamental values of faith, family, and patriotism.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
So we know that this is the type of community that you guys are looking for. So not only is it safe and the people are friendly here and it's affordable, but there's a lot of other things that I think it takes living out near this location to really get a good understanding of exactly what it's like. And actually, I can link in my video below my favorite suburb, Boise suburb to live in is just literally a hop, skip, and jump away from here, but at a price point that is double what these homes cost. So you can have the best of both worlds for a much better value. So go ahead, Nate, let's talk about this area.
So Nampa, right? So I'm the native out of the group. I've lived here my whole life, born and raised. We lived in Boise, all over Boise forever. My family, all my kids were born there. My wife and I, we got married there. Back in 2021, we decided to relocate to Nampa. And like Rachel said, Nampa is for these political refugees, and that's really why we found ourselves out in Nampa. It's family focused, a little bit slower of a pace lifestyle. You can get a lot more value in a home. Right now we're in a Nampa subdivision just west of Meridian, where new construction homes are starting at $400,000.
Yeah. Nice homes.
With a public pool, with a clubhouse, with walking trails, with a little playground for the kids. I mean, this is a really beautiful place, adds a lot of value. And so that's why we wanted to focus out here today.
Okay, so one of the big reasons why we love this area is because of the education.
Yeah, being a homeschooled parent, dad, right, we definitely emphasize on proper education for our kids. But being out here in Nampa, we're in the West Ada School District with a few different schools. You have Ponderosa, I'm going to pull out my
Owyhee.
Ponderosa Elementary, Meridian Middle and High School.
Yeah, and Owyhee High School, which is like the most desirable, I would say, public high school out in the area. So West Ada School District, if you're a public school family, the public schools here are the more desirable in the Treasure Valley. Okay, we all know that everyone is pretty concerned about their kiddos and are super curious what the education is like in this part of the Treasure Valley, Idaho. So first things first, I just want to establish that the community here really cares about kids, and that while the public schools are still ran by the government, as far as the community is concerned, everyone is really coming together to make sure that our kids are protected and safe. So while I can't promise that if you are going to the public school systems that you're going to be totally free and clear of any woke garbage, you can at least know that you have a big community here that is really opposed to it, and it's very unlikely that I don't know, how would you articulate it?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, this is a very pro-family community, right? To add to what Rachel was saying, we're in the West Ada School District, which is very sought after, very desirable. People here support each other. They support their friends, their families. It's very community driven.
Our camera just blew over. It's really windy.
Oh,
I'm gonna hold it.
Here.
It's a wild day.
It's a bit windy!
So while I can't promise that things don't take place in public schools like they do everywhere else, I can guarantee that it's nothing compared to a lot of the locations where people are coming from. And with that being said, this location right here is a hop, skip, and a jump away from some of the most desirable private schools in the area. My kiddo goes to one of them and we absolutely love it. And Nate can speak to this. There is a very robust homeschool community out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Idaho is very homeschool, like pro homeschool. It's easy to do. There's not a lot of regulations or requirements. Idaho is actually like the least regulated state when it comes to homeschooling, so it's very easy to find a co-op, a lot of different programs. My kids, they're currently in the Overture program, which has been great. They have teachers that they meet with weekly. One of my boys has a reading tutor that he meets with weekly as well. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of programs that they offer as well, incentive for the kids to learn, to hit their goals with reading books. It's just great. It's very homeschool centric out here.
Very, very homeschool centric, and there's reimbursement programs that the state provides, and it's just really cool. If my daughter wasn't in the school she was in, I would have zero hesitation about homeschooling her here in Idaho. And I'd say over half of my friends homeschool, so it's super, super common here. And I think if that's what you're looking for, is a community where you know that your kids are safe in the hands of other people, or you have a community that can come together and help you educate your child, either way, this location is prime just for that. So where are we? Nate mentioned where we are a little bit earlier, but he does a great job of explaining exactly where you can get from here, or what you can get from here. So I'm gonna let him take over and kind of talk about what your life will be like if you live here as far as amenities go.
Yeah, so we are in North Nampa, just on the cusp of Meridian, west of Meridian. This is a really cool spot. It's close to a lot of things. On the freeway, right? We're just north of the freeway, so there's an exit over there. It's called the Garrity exit. We're about 10 minutes away from that. That has a Walmart over there, Winco, fast food, McDonald's, gas stations, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of little restaurants too. If you like Asian food, there's a place called Krung Thai, which my kids love. It's prime. Yeah. We're about 15 minutes away from Costco. That is on the Karcher exit, so think Costco, Target. There's an Old Navy over there. There's a lot. It's like the big shopping center, the big draw for Nampa.
I love that shopping center because as a mama, you can stop in at Costco, Target, which I no longer go to Target anymore. Just being real, not gonna judge you if you do. There's a Chick-fil-A. We've got Home Goods, TJ Maxx, like everything's literally right in that one shopping center. And as far as hospitals go, there is a really awesome St. Luke's and a St. Al's, but I can speak to the St. Luke's there. Anytime my kiddos are sick, I take them all the way out to Nampa from where I live because I trust the staff at Nampa. The community there is great, and the mayor there was the first to lift mask mandates in the entire country. So you kind of get the same nurses and doctors that choose to live in Nampa working at the big hospital there. So I feel like, the location's awesome. If you want to go the other direction, away from Nampa and more into Meridian and Eagle, you're also super close to that. And there's another Costco right there. There's a fancier outdoor mall. The name of it's The Villages. You're about 15 minutes to there from here. And then if you want like a real small country, small town feel, we're just a few minutes away from Star. As a matter of fact, where we are today is literally right off of Star Road. So you can go into Star very easily as well. And
downtown Boise, to give you perspective, we're about 25 minutes. Yeah, I mean, we're close. This is a great spot. It's prime real estate. You know, when Boise is starting to go up and up in price, Nampa is still lower than what it should be. Honestly, there's a lot of value out here.
Yeah. If you see the housing prices out here, don't think that it means you're going to end up in an area that's dirty with graffiti, people sleeping on the streets, or poor crime rates. It's kind of funny that the prices here are where they are right now because honestly, there's a lot of things that are much more desirable about living right here and these homes than if you go further into where the price points raise up. I can't make any sense of it. I haven't made any sense of it yet. Because I think that as far as community and your commute and your access to amenities, these homes, the price point doesn't really reflect that. So until more people catch on, I don't know. So if you buy a house now, my guess is in a few years from now, the price point, you're going to have quite a bit of equity because I can't imagine that once people start to catch on to this area that the price points are going to remain where they are.
I don't know if we touched on Nampa downtown, but we're about 10-15 minutes away from the downtown center of Nampa. There's a really beautiful park over there. It's called Lakeview Park. It has a public swimming pool, tons of space for the kids to run around. There's playgrounds. Yeah, we love it over there. There's a lot of the restaurant scene is up and coming. You know, the downtown is nowhere near what it could be, but it's really starting to take off now as a really a fun time to see where it's going to be in the next 5 years.
Yeah, and from Nampa, it's really fast to get to downtown Caldwell, and there's this really awesome, it's called Indian Creek Plaza. People go ice skating there outdoor in the winter. There are some really incredible restaurants, and it is not hard to get there from here. So I think as far as community events go, as far as the shopping that's available out here, hospitals, you kind of have the best of everything from access to the best of everything from this location.
So more specifically, where we're at today is called Silver Star. It's a Toll Brothers community, and before you go out there researching, emailing Toll Brothers and whatnot, it's really important that you do have representation. The sales agents, they work for the seller, they work for the builder, they have their best interest in mind.
Their boss.
They're
trying to make their boss happy.
That's right. And so we are a free asset to you guys, and so it's really important that anytime you are communicating with the builder, you have somebody who has your best interest in mind representing you.
Yeah, specifically what Nate is talking about that you really need to be wary of and cautious of with the new construction here in the Treasure Valley is that the builders, because the real estate market isn't quite as hot as it was, have implemented some new policies where if you come to their new construction sites or look at their model homes without representation the first time, so even just as a looky-loo, then they will not pay the commission on your behalf for your representation. So you can still choose to have a realtor, but you will be responsible for paying your realtor's commission. Whereas if you take your realtor with you the first time that you come to see the community and look at the model homes, then Toll Brothers will pay the commission on your behalf. And just to kind of elaborate a little bit more before we tell you about the community, why you want your own representation is because it's similar to if you were going to court. You wouldn't use your opponent's attorney to save money because it's probably not going to put you in a very good position.
She's right, right?
You're right. You're right.
It's the same thing with the buying and selling of real estate. You really want your own representation. You don't want to use representation on the other side. So we absolutely love Toll Brothers. We work with this builder a ton. We love their communities. The value of them is great, and we really love, they leave a lot of green space. So in the Treasure Valley, all new construction, they're required to leave a certain amount of green space within the community. And what we really like is that Toll Brothers puts that green space to work for you. They put in community pools, a lot of beautiful walking paths. They tend to do a really good job of leaving some of the landscaping that was in the area. Now you'll notice that some of the Toll Brother communities are very lush and green and have very, very mature landscaping. That was because the land they purchased had that lush green landscaping. If they're building in an area that was at one point flattened down and was used as farmland, you're not going to get quite as much of that. And here in this community, Silver Star, it's not quite as green and lush as some of the other Toll Brother communities are, but it is surrounded by farms and surrounded by the foothills. So you do have some really beautiful views here, and the homes are the same beautiful homes here that they are in the other Toll Brother communities. And the price points right now, there's a home here, a quick move-in home for $409. So the price points are kind of unbeatable.
Yeah, brand new construction, like Rachel said. And just to recap what she was talking about, this community specifically, it does have a clubhouse, it does have a pool. Behind us, you can see the playground for the kids. There are walking paths. So in Silver Star by Toll Brothers, that is all here for you guys as well. Being new construction, under $500,000 is tough, and this community has that. Absolutely.
And for those of you who aren't familiar with purchasing new construction in Idaho, you have different levels of customability. So customizability. Do you want to explain kind of the difference between a quick move-in spec and then something where you're picking the lot?
Yeah, absolutely. So quick move-in, what that means, right? The house is completed or is going to be relatively completed like in the next month or so. So there's quick move-in options here. They also have, you can pick your lot, you can pick your house, you can pick the finishes, you know, more of like a semi-custom style. Right now they have two different sections, I guess. They're splitting it up into different styles. One is the gardens, and that's going to be where you're going to find that $409 kind of price point, and the other one is called Woodland, a little bit higher price points, but they have different features, right? A lot of this community is more of the craftsman style, where they have kind of a front porch overhang, a lot of the open concept on the interiors, right, where the kitchen flows into the living room and all that. You have this one grand room, and then a lot of different fireplace features as well. So we got quick move-in readies, we got the lots available out here. Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt and change gears here just for a minute. I thought it would be important that you got to see inside one of the model homes so that you can have a better grasp on what exactly it is that you can purchase in this community in the $400,000 range. So this particular model, the Collins, in this home, the big structural changes that would add to the price point of this house significantly are the RV garage, the covered back patio, and then both showers are upgraded to a different type of shower. So there are some finishing touches in here that are really beautiful upgrades, and they do add a little to the cost, but those are the three really big ones that you might see, which actually this model is part of the office, so the garage is their office currently, so I won't be able to show you that, but just keep in mind when you're seeing this house that those are the big things that would bring this price point closer to the early 500s. So without those, you're pretty comfortably in the 400,000s. I tell our clients, without much, just count on 450 at this time. So let's go inside this house and check it out. It's a 1-story. It starts at 3 beds, 2 baths, and you can add a bedroom, you can add a bathroom, you can also add a half bath. Something I really like is that the ceilings are nice and high, and there is a ton of light in the main living area. So 1,500 square feet starting in here, and it doesn't feel like it. It feels like you're really getting a lot of space. I love how they put the cabinets up nice and high in here, and there is tons of storage, and you can hang out with your friends and family while you're entertaining. I'm gonna show you something. Some of you may have heard me talk about the berms around the communities in some of the videos, and I'm gonna show you exactly what that is. So here in the Treasure Valley, when they're building new communities, what they do with the dirt is, as they're leveling things out and excavating, they push it up and then they build the fencing around it. And what that does is it helps keep the traffic noise from the busy streets and the construction out. So even if you live closer to a main road, that really helps mitigate a lot of the sound. I can hear the cars going by from right here. So just so you know and you're aware, a lot of the communities will also add water features and things like that. And it really does a great job of controlling the noise. But depending on which home you're looking at, we can always come out and check out the noise level for you. So this patio is the covered back patio. That's an upgrade. And then you can see right here where the RV garage is, but currently that is the office for Toll Brothers. Something else really cool about this community is that the lots are larger, even in the parts of the development that are starting at lower price points. So the smallest lot you're gonna find in this community is 9,000 square feet. That's the same lot size on some of the higher price point Toll Brother homes in other communities that you can't even get for this model. So starting around 9,000 square feet here and going all the way up to a 1/4 acre. So that's awesome. We've got the master, like I said. Here's the bathroom. Some really cute finishes in here. And then this is the upgraded shower. A nice walk-in closet over here. And then, like I said, if we turn down in this way, we've got one of the bedrooms, closet with some hardware in there. So bedroom number 2, and I'll take you down into bedroom number 3. Okay, and here is again, the shower upgrade. So we've got some tile instead of the bathtub that has the full insert going up with it. It's just a nice, pretty tub. I really like these squared off tubs. Popular these days. Okay, I flipped my camera around so I can give you a better idea without being in here. So we've got the laundry room. And right in here where the garage door is, we've got one of these awesome mud bays. We have one in our house. It's probably the most utilized section of our house next to the bathrooms and the kitchen, right? We love having that. If you've never lived in an area where there's 4 seasons, you might not realize how important exactly it is to have one of those little spots to stop and take off your muddy boots or your snowy wet shoes, but they're awesome. Something I just want to remind you guys is that you're going to want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or write us an email before you ever step foot in a new community, because a lot of the new builders out here require that you have your agent with you upon your very very first visit, it's a policy designed to protect you guys and to protect the builder and their representation. You want your own representation, and if you don't have us with you from that very first visit, you could be putting yourself in a position where you're going to spend more money out of pocket, and we can get into all the details of that, but don't hesitate. If you're even a little curious and you just have really simple questions about the communities, it's not a bother. Don't hesitate. Give us a call. And if you're wanting to come out here and tour, again, give us a call and we'll bring you out here and assist you. It's for your best interest. So, and we're really familiar with the agents here and we love being in the community. So back to chatting with Nate. Yeah, so something to be aware of, if you're peeking around on the website for any new construction, you will see price points being advertised or some specials being advertised as far as upgrades on finishes or reduced interest rates or a special price. That is a little bit of a marketing flash. It's very, very hard to really get the deals that you're seeing. So I'll explain a little bit. So right now there's a house in this community being advertised for $409. That's on one house. It's a quick move-in home, and there are stipulations that have to be met with that. You have to use a certain lender, and you have to qualify for a certain loan, and you have to be moving within a certain window. The chances of getting the price that they're marketing on the website for that one quick move-in home, it's kind of tricky. And then as far as the sales events go, they'll do some things, and this isn't just Toll Brothers, this is just pretty much new construction in general, where they'll advertise to you, hey, you can get $50,000 in free upgrades right now. Well, what they're doing is, and you have to read the fine print, and it really varies between which sales event and which builder. So this is just one example of something that you might come across, which is another reason why having your own representation and giving us a call is really important. So let's say they're offering $50,000 in free upgrades. When you go to the selection center and you're making your selection, what it really is if you're spending up to $50,000 in upgrades, they'll match it. So let's say you love this tile for a shower and you want that. Well, they're going to match every dollar to dollar that you're spending. So there are some little tricks that they can kind of stick in on the website to get you in the front door, but the reality is that it's not everything that it seems to be. So while new construction here is one of our favorite things to work with, there are a lot of little details that just can get left out, and those are the kinds of things that we really help you work through. So if you have any questions or you're considering relocating here and you need help, don't hesitate. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or write us an email. We are the #1 team when relocating to Idaho, and we absolutely love helping people relocate. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do best. So until the next video, be blessed.